do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Let's talk about standing out from your competition. Because if you're an online fitness coach, there's going to be 1,000 other online fitness coaches all vying for your potential ideal customer's attention. And you're not going to be the only coach that they follow. But how do you stand out from all these other people? Well, there's a number of ways you can do this, but something recently that's been put about is doing the opposite of what your ideal customer does. I think this is probably a Hormozi thing, which has been then copied and pasted by a million other people trying to sound like Hormozi. So I'm going to explain how you can use this technique to stand out from your competition without sounding, hopefully, like a cliche buzzword guru guy. And I'm going to do it using the medium of South Park. Are you a South Park person? I am. I actually am old enough to remember the first series of South Park when that came out. And my favourite episode, I know there's been so many, but my favourite episode is the one where Cartman decides he's going to bulk up and become a beefcake monster of muscle. And so he starts drinking these Mega Mass 4000 shakes. And all that happens is he just gets fatter and fatter and fatter, but thinks he's some sort of beefcake monster. There's one other episode, though, that is a close second. And it's the one that Cartman bets Stan that he can put food up his bum and poo it out of his mouth. Now, sorry if this is a spoiler, but he does actually succeed in doing it. But as a result of this, the whole town starts eating food the reverse way because some doctor influencer type guy says it's actually the healthiest way to digest food. Now, whether or not the makers intended that to be a sort of a parody of the health and fitness influencer guru space, where you've got all these people telling you to do these things that are healthier for you, and actually they're pretty much not. You've probably seen hundreds of those people if you're a fitness coach, and I'm going to bet that you don't like that sort of person because they go against exactly the healthy things that you're trying to promote to your audience. Now, I'm not going to talk about how that's the wrong thing, but what I do want to talk about is the marketing message, which is do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. And apart from a few certain circumstances, on the whole, that's not the right thing to do. It's the wrong strategy. And here's why. There's certain accepted practices which are best practice in the coaching industry. Take, for example, having a coaching app. Now, if you have a coaching app, and most coaches do have some sort of app nowadays, while having an app isn't and shouldn't be the selling point of your coaching, as in it's the thing that defines you as a coach, it does save a ton of time and helps you deliver a more streamlined coaching service and hopefully get your clients better results. For reference, I use an app called PT Distinction. I've used it for about 8 years in my one-to-one coaching, and I still use it today with my gym to deliver workouts and stuff like that to my members. The main reason I use it is because it's the only software that I've found, to my knowledge, that allows you to deliver a free month of coaching to your clients without charging you, because most apps charge per client. And I know there are some that you can pay a fee and have like unlimited clients, but I haven't used those, so I can't comment on those. And what that means is that you can run like a 10-day challenge or 14-day challenge or whatever you want to use, and it won't cost you anything to have, say, if you have, say, 100 people come on the challenge, but only, say, 2 or 3 people sign up, it's not going to cost you 100 clients worth to run that challenge. It's only going to cost you for the 2 or 3 people that do sign up and eventually go into your coaching. So that's a mega plus for me. It means I can show my coaching service and how my app works and all these other things, the wonderful things I do in my coaching, without it actually costing me any money at all. And I use it in my gym to give members 12 weeks worth of the app, and I only end up paying for 8 weeks of that. So it is it's a good money saver, especially for new members who sign up. And I'll put a link to PT Distinction in the comments below. Full disclosure, it's an affiliate link. I'll get a couple of quid if you sign up. But I do actually use it. I'm not just saying I do. But what about if you decided you were going to be different and deliver your coaching, say, via Google Sheets or something like that? Now, I delivered my coaching for a couple of years on Google Sheets. I had a program called Target Gain, which was a bodybuilding program. And everybody who came onto that used the Google Sheets. They used it for reporting their tracking data, such as their lifts, their body weight, changes in body weight, calories, that sort of thing. And I also delivered all the workouts through Google Sheets. They just had to go in, find the workout, and then just follow the things. And I had little links in there for the videos and stuff like that. So essentially what I do on the app, but it just took me a lot more time to get it ready. And it was also a little bit more fiddly because if someone, say, wanted me to look at their data, I had to go and find their Google Sheets. I then had to look at all the data. Whereas an app can deliver that very quickly in a few clicks. Now, it cost me £0 to actually run Google Sheets. It didn't cost me anything financially, but the cost was in the time. That certainly didn't stop people signing up and getting results. But an app can make you look a little bit better. And this is why most coaches use it and opt for that over using Google Sheets. So for most people, it's going to be a step backwards to do that. It's going to make them less time efficient and potentially make them less professional. but it can save you money. So there is an advantage to doing that. Okay, so what about your marketing then? Should you do the opposite of what everyone else is doing in your marketing? So if all the other coaches are on Instagram, does that mean you should hop over to Pinterest or LinkedIn to promote your services? Well, that does depend on where your market is. I've worked with a few coaches whose ideal clients are over on LinkedIn, so they focus on that. They don't really focus on Instagram at all. I have never worked with any coach whose market was on Pinterest. For most online coaches, the market is going to be on Instagram or Facebook. So it would be not the most intelligent thing to do to ignore those platforms completely and trying to go off somewhere else and do something which no one else is doing because your market isn't there. But there is a more subtle message here, which I think is lost on the regurgitation gurus who just repost stuff that Hormozy or other business people say. And here's why doing the opposite can be very beneficial for your business. I follow a lot of online fitness coaches and gym owners. My client base is online fitness coaches and gym owners, so it makes sense for me to do this. And if you're watching this and you've got one of my free handouts like my Content Factory, I probably follow you. So hello. Hopefully you follow me too. I follow online coaches not because some internet guru has told me to follow my target market and interact with them by liking their posts randomly or dropping random comments like slay or fire or hand claps or whatever else other people do. I've seen that and it's really, really cringy. No, I follow coaches because I like to see how they post and what they're posting about. I'm actually genuinely interested in that stuff because I used to be an online fitness coach myself and I'm still a gym owner. So I like to see that sort of content as well, see what other people are doing. But also it helps me understand the coaching industry better and also allow me to see trends and all these other things that are happening, which I wouldn't see if I didn't follow those people. And here's the thing, at the time of filming this video, I see a lot of read the caption posts. Here's my 5 tips for losing weight and read the caption underneath. And they run it for 7 seconds with some B-roll. Now, there's nothing wrong with that type of posting. I've done it myself a few times. But here's the thing. Every post, apart from a few that I've seen, are all the same. Here's a title about what it's about and read the caption below. They all say the same thing. Now, I want you to imagine that you're not an online fitness coach and you're actually one of your customers, someone you want to market to. Do you think that those people only follow you? If they're in the market for losing weight, joining a gym, getting into shape, building muscle, do you really think they're following just you? I'm a business coach and I know for certain that if you're watching this, you probably watch other business coaches or other related content to that. So I want to make sure I stand out from that as much as I possibly can. And you want to make sure that you stand out from other fitness coaches with your content. So if you're posting read the caption type 7-second reels and you're doing the same as every other person, all you're going to get is a swipe through because they've seen it all before. If you've posted, here's my 5 weight loss tips, read the caption, I can guarantee there's another 10 posts coming up on their feed from people they follow which say exactly the same thing. So for example, you might want to use other phrases such as read more, here's how I do it, here's some ideas, quick guide, more info below, free guide, and have a headline that isn't just 5 tips for losing weight. Have something that is talking about the goal that they want to achieve. So for example, getting into your evening dress, 5 habits that might help you. Want to build bigger arms? Don't make these 5 mistakes. It's a lot more interesting than just going some arm workout, read the caption. I did another video about this, so I'll link that in the description below. Doing the opposite of what your competitors are doing doesn't mean literally do the opposite. What it means is standing out from the crowd by still following the best practices for your coaching niche, but making them different enough that they stand out from every other person who is doing exactly the same thing. It's why you don't see me talking about 10K months or scaling your business or all these other buzzwords that business gurus use, because they're all doing it. 99% of other business coaches talk about that and they use this cliche way to talk about it. I don't do that because I want to stand out from other people. Money is important. Yes, of course, we all want to earn more money. But being a good coach and engaging with your audience and nurturing your audience and having real conversations without the pretext of this has to be a sale, and without thinking that every person who likes your post must jump on a call with you, that sort of stuff is just so old, but it's still the stuff that's hammered out by all the high ticket business coaches. And it's just old and it's cliche, and that's why I don't do it. Plus, I don't want to feel like a douche by selling that sort of coaching because it's it's just so old. What can you do for your coaching that makes you stand out from other coaches and isn't cliche and isn't one of these things that everyone else does? And people are going to look at your coach and go, well, that's the same as that other guy who does all that sort of stuff. So have a think about how you can make your coaching slightly different for what other people are doing, but still deliver a brilliant coaching service and engage the client and talk to them and have that conversation with them that they're already having in their head, just from a slightly different angle. So when they're scrolling through and they see your thing pop up, it's like, oh, he's talking about that slightly differently. I think I might go and follow that guy or watch his content. Have a think about it. It might get you another customer today or in the future. Hope that's given you a bit of food for thought. I don't really do outros, so see you next video.